Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. Deep within the lush landscapes of Indonesia, a remarkable railway tradition continues its quiet yet vital work. Here, in vast sugarcane plantations stretching across the islands, rustic narrow-gauge trains chug tirelessly through the fields. These worn but dependable machines serve as the beating heart of Indonesia's sugar industry, linking rural communities to a tradition that spans generations. Every day, machinist Tegu climbs into the cabin of an old diesel locomotive. Its frame is built from thick steel able to withstand the rough terrain of the plantations. The command console in front of him features a cluster of gauges and levers, each allowing him to monitor speed, fuel levels, engine temperature, throttle response, braking power, and gear adjustments. Though simple by modern standards, this layout provides everything needed for precise control across long hours of plantation work. Before each journey, Tegu begins with routine maintenance. Using a small oil can, he carefully lubricates moving components, such as the coupling rod and counterbalance mechanisms. Without lubrication, friction would quickly damage these parts, especially while hauling hundreds of tons of fresh cane. Before the train departs, workers walk along the narrow tracks to inspect for hazards. Using hose, mallets, and simple hand tools, they clear vegetation or fallen debris, ensuring that no obstruction remains on the rails. Track maintenance is constant. The rails endure tremendous pressure from heavy cane loads and must remain properly aligned to avoid derailments. When rails wear out, crews lift old sections and secure reclaimed or new ones in their place. Rail joints require strong reinforcement, and workers bolt heavy metal plates known as fish plates along the ends of each rail. These plates maintain stability and reduce stress concentrations, which prevents breakage during transport seasons when the trains run almost continuously. Though the process is manual and time-intensive, it keeps the plantations connected to the processing mills. Indonesia's sugarcane industry remains an essential pillar of the rural economy. It provides employment for thousands and supports businesses linked to sugar production, transportation, and agricultural research. Valuable byproducts such as molasses, ethanol, and bagasse contribute to energy production and animal feed programs. Even leftover cane tops serve as feed for cattle grazing in the fields. This practice reduces waste and supports sustainable agricultural cycles. As harvesters cut cane, workers load the stalks onto flatbed cars fitted with vertical supports. Once the cars are ready, Tegu couples them to the locomotive and performs a final inspection. Fully assembled, the train often reaches lengths approaching 200 feet. Despite their modest speed, these trains can haul between 200 and 400 tons of cane in one trip, making them indispensable during the busy harvest months. When night falls, the work continues under torchlight, lanterns, and portable electric lamps. Darkness adds a new layer of difficulty as shadows hide potholes, fallen branches, or stray farming equipment. Drivers must rely on skill, instinct, and deep familiarity with the route.
Jalurnya tidak memadai ya lama, kadang ada kendala gitu. Tergantung jalur ya. Ya kadang lokonya keluar dari rel, ya kadang tebunya melintang. Kalau musim hujan, sering kayak gitu. Makanya tebunya saya pulang tetap. Biasanya nggak pulang sampai bermalam di kebun.
When derailments or damage occur, workers with flashlights and basic repair tools spring into action to reposition tracks or replace compromised rails. Their dedication ensures the continuous flow of sugarcane to the mills. Plantations span multiple islands, with Java producing nearly 3/4 of the national harvest. Mills across Java, Sumatra, Kalimantan, and Sulawesi often share the cost of maintaining these narrow-gauge networks, recognizing that the railway system is essential for efficient transportation. The industry produces an entire spectrum of goods, supporting renewable energy, livestock feeding, and soil enrichment programs. From the steady rhythm of Indonesia's sugar trains, our story moves to Bangladesh, where an entirely different railway scene unfolds. Here, trains carry the pulse of daily life. They connect millions across the country and become especially vital during the annual celebration of Eid ul-Fitr.
আপনারা তো জানেন যে ঈদে সব সময় আর কি যাত্রীরা মানে ট্রেনকে বেশি পছন্দ করে, যার কারণে যাত্রী চাপ অনেকাংশে বেশি হয়। আমরা এই জন্য রেল কর্তৃপক্ষ থেকে স্পেশাল গাইড আপনার সার্ভিস দিয়েছে এবং সে অনুযায়ী আমাদের ঈদ যাত্রা স্বাচ্ছন্দ্যে আর কি যাত্রীরা করতে পারছে।
At this time, stations overflow with travelers determined to reach their hometowns, often resorting to climbing atop train roofs in astonishing numbers. Bangladesh Railway operates more than 350 passenger trains every day. Over 100 of these are intercity services that link major regions across the nation. During normal days, roughly 250,000 passengers rely on trains. During the Eid season, travel demand surges. By 2022, more than 1.7 million people used trains during the holiday period, highlighting the importance of rail travel for family reunions. The railway network spans over 2,200 miles, strengthened by major bridges such as the Padma Bridge and the Bangabandhu Bridge. These structures support essential routes that link communities across rivers and plains. Tracks vary between meter gauge and broad gauge, accommodating different locomotive types and offering flexibility in meeting regional transport needs. Behind this vast system is a workforce of more than 27,000 employees. These workers maintain tracks, operate stations, manage signals, run locomotives, and handle freight operations that contribute significantly to national commerce. As Bangladesh continues expanding its economy, the railway remains a key transportation pillar, moving both people and cargo efficiently. Ongoing modernization projects seek to upgrade tracks, stations, and rolling stock, ensuring better service for future generations. From the energy and emotion of Bangladesh's holiday trains, we cross the Pacific to the mountains of Colorado in the United States. Here, one of the most unusual machines in railway history continues to attract visitors. Known as the galloping goose, this railcar was created in the 1930s by the Rio Grande Southern Railroad as a creative solution to severe financial difficulties. Built from recycled automobile bodies, often Buick or Pierce Arrow models, the rail cars were mounted on lightweight frames and fitted with flanged wheels to run on narrow gauge tracks. Driven by a 140 horsepower GMC straight-six engine and a 5-speed transmission, the galloping goose could haul its 8-ton frame through rugged mountain passes with surprising agility. The design allowed the struggling railroad to transport mail, passengers, and light freight at a fraction of the cost of operating traditional steam locomotives. In 1950, after the railroad lost its mail contract to highway carriers, the name Galloping Goose became official. Several models received modifications, including large windows, improved passenger seating, and goose-themed insignia. A turntable in the yard allowed the vehicle to rotate for directional changes, while 2-truck or 3-truck configurations ensured stability on sharp curves and steep grades. Originally painted dark green and black, the cars adopted their distinctive silver finish in 1935, a color they still display today.
People ask, how fast will these things go? Well, these have a AA Ford rear end in them. This one's got a rear end ratio of 6.6 to 1. And it's only the rear wheels, the drive wheels, are only 23 inch in diameter. So we found out going into into Antonito, down there in Cumbers, I had a GPS with me so we could check the speeds and everything else, and we got it up to 30 miles an hour.
Operating with a single crew member, the Galloping Goose drastically cut expenses. Its unique shape, lightweight construction, and resourceful use of automobile components represent a distinct chapter in American railway engineering. Today, number 2, 6, and 7 remain preserved and operational at the Colorado Railroad Museum, where visitors can experience these historic railcars in motion. From Colorado's mountains, our journey continues north to Oregon, home to Train Mountain Railroad. Recognized by Guinness World Records as the world's largest miniature hobby railroad, Train Mountain covers more than 2,200 acres and contains miles of detailed track weaving through forests, meadows, and scenic miniature landscapes. Among its many attractions is a scale model of the 1903 Rio Grande 262 steam locomotive maintained by mechanic and volunteer Jim Davenport.
I started off with small trains and worked my way up to this. which is 3 3/4 scale. I built the whole thing myself in my garage. Started off with castings and did all the machining. Well, not all of it, but 90% of it. And I assembled it myself in my 2-car garage.
Each day, Jim works not only on the locomotive, but also on rail construction and repair across the property.
You think it's here, but it's not.
To ignite the locomotive, he connects an air hose to draw heat through 38 internal tubes. As the water surrounding the tubes warms, pressure builds until it reaches 150 psi, at which point safety valves automatically prevent overpressure. Steam then expands, drives the pistons, and turns the wheels, powering the locomotive and a smaller yet authentic display of steam engineering. Train Mountain's rails are designed for 1.5-inch and 2.5-inch scale trains operating on a 7.5-inch gauge. Some miniature locomotives weigh more than 3,000 pounds when fully loaded, demonstrating impressive craftsmanship within hobby-scale railroading. The site features steam, diesel, gasoline, and electric-powered models that replicate real-world locomotives with striking accuracy. Since 2000, Train Mountain's triennial event has attracted enthusiasts from around the world. The 2018 gathering featured more than 10,000 feet of miniature trains. A favorite moment is the big toot, when all participants sound their whistles at the same time, creating an unforgettable wave of sound that resonates across the entire property. From the quiet sugar fields of Indonesia to the crowded platforms of Bangladesh, from the inventive galloping goose to the vast wonderland of Train Mountain, railways reflect human creativity, resilience, and community. Each railway tells its own story, shaped by geography, culture, and necessity, yet all share a common thread. They connect people to one another and sustain the flow of life across landscapes both large and small. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.